lady. And that's him. And that's him in his little Marine clothes.
Good-looking guy. Good dad, great dad, right?
This is where they threw rice on mom and dad. They threw like rice on them.
That's where they threw rice, huh? What a boy. What a boy, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he's got that
BJ
aggressive,
has
huh?
a law firm.
Your father would be so proud of you.
His daddy's so
Can you
good.
salute him? Put that back down. Salute the president. Put this over here. Okay, sweetie? Take care of yourself. Work hard. Take care of mom. Okay?
Hey Tim, you get the young man's name?
Yes, Mom. We're not going to pop orange. I want to get orange off.
Today is Memorial Day, a day for all of us to reflect on the braver and better men and women who gave their lives for this nation so that we can be here speaking freely, living freely, raising our family, and doing our very best to save this place, to ensure that the last great measure of devotion that those brave Americans gave, those service members gave, was not given in vain, to paraphrase Abraham Lincoln in the Gettysburg Address. And it is why it's worth a moment today to recognize a president who recognized our Gold Star families, our service members, who was beloved by them. In that classic clip, the clip of the 6-year-old young Marine dressed as his father, Christian Jacobs, who met President Trump at the gravestone of his father, who lost his life in a training accident when Christian was just 8 months old. 6-year-old Christian Jacobs and his mom, Gold Star wife Brittany Jacobs, a surprise visit at Arlington National Cemetery. The young boy got a high five from President Trump as he was visiting his father's grave. Marine Sergeant Christopher Jacobs died in a training accident in 2011. Christian looks to follow in his father's footsteps and become a Marine as well. Donald Trump also invited Christian and his mother to his speech.
Also joining us today is a very special friend, 7-year-old Christian Jacobs, who is here with his mom, Brittany. I met Christian exactly 1 year ago today. Last year, after the wreath-laying ceremony, Christian walked over to me with great confidence, shook my hand, looked me straight in the eye, and asked if I would like to meet his dad. He loved his dad. Marine Sergeant Christopher Jacobs, who died when Christian was just 8 months old. Next, Christian, looking as sharp as you can look, dressed in a beautiful Marine outfit. I've never seen a Marine look that good in my life, Christian.
I'll never show you this trap. I'll never show you this. I'll never do it.
He wanted to look good, he told me, as a tribute to his father. And he led me to his dad's grave, and we paid our respects together.
Look what they stole from us. Look what they stole from us, these sick bastards. I don't want to hate on, I don't want to get too political on a day like today. I don't want to get political at all. I just wish to say that actually the most non-political or apolitical thing that you can do is to support these people, to do what Donald Trump is doing here. You never see photos like this of Joe Biden. You never see photos like this of Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's the reason why there are so many headstones, actually. That entire lot, the Forever War lot. In fact, the best thing you could possibly do for a veteran or a service member is to not start new wars or pointless wars. We believe that in our bones. Next best thing you can do is to say thank you, to hug, to honor families like this, to call your friends who served today, and any family members who may have lost somebody in the line of service. There are tens of millions of Americans who fall into that category. Over 1 million Americans have given their lives in service of this country. Today is a day to respect and honor all of them. But this is beautiful. This is what you want to see. It's no surprise, nor would it be any shock to you that the troops actually love Donald Trump. One of Donald Trump's best moves when he was president was flying to Afghanistan secretly. It's very hard for Donald Trump to move in secret anywhere. He flew to Afghanistan to serve meals to these American service members. Look at how happy they are. These images are great. Look at this. He gave a surprise speech. Just returned from the United States after spending great Thanksgiving with our courageous warriors in Afghanistan. Look at these guys leaning in for their selfies, serving them food. You never see stuff like this with Joe Biden. Never. Donald Trump is beloved by the service members. We should have never been in Afghanistan. That's not Donald Trump's fault. It is Joe Biden's fault, the way that he pulled out of Afghanistan. We'll have words on that in just a second. Something you don't regularly see is other clips. And this young man, obviously, is just so unbelievably heartfelt. But there's an amazing moment where Donald Trump visited a mother who was grieving her son's loss. And she said, "My son loved this country. Mom, I hope people don't forget that I ever lived." And Donald Trump said, "I'll remember." Ooh, it's hard to watch.
Nobody made any effort to acknowledge.
Sorry, I did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. I'll remember.
It really means a lot to me. It really does that you take that. And my son loved this country very, very much. And he gave his life painfully. Never cried out in pain or anything like that. Asked that his men be taken care of. And
What rank was he in?
he was a staff sergeant.
Right behind you,
And
sir.
not a general, not
okay.
anything like that. Just a staff sergeant, a platoon sergeant.
You take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
You take care of yourself, okay?
I so appreciate you, and you too very much.
President
Thank
Trump,
you so
my
much.
son was killed in
Thank
action
you
on
so
9/11,
much.
2008. He was a
Pardon
U.S.
me?
Navy SEAL.
Absolutely.
And
Where?
A yellow rose
Afghanistan
to remember.
on a night mission.
Hopefully there's no
He was shot
Jimmy. He knew
going
he
into
was going to
compound, and he
die.
saved his team.
He knew he
and he
was going
took
to be
him.
killed and wasn't coming home, and he asked me not to be forgotten.
You take care of him. He's looking down. He's very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Just
Thank
Jimmy.
you for everything you're doing for the country.
You know, they're looking.
They'll never play you this stuff. They'll never show you this side of Trump. Never show it to you. Yeah, sure, I get it. Mean tweets and stuff. Yeah, Trump does that too. Yeah, Trump makes jokes. Sometimes he has a potty mouth. Okay. Who the hell cares? Like, what really matters? You know who also has potty mouths? Every member of the armed service that I've ever met. Right? Swear like a sailor is a colloquialism for a reason. Who cares? Actually makes them love Trump all the more. It really is something that you can't fake. It's something that you can't trick out of people. This kind of compassion and this kind of care. And just the care of the way that Trump carries himself. Like the speech that Trump gave about the little boy. It's the last time you heard Joe Biden speak with any type of vigor or cadence or purpose like that. Joe Biden can't even walk. Look at this. Joe Biden has to be shown where the hell to go. This is in Washington, D.C. It's not some strange foreign country. Joe Biden knows where the hell to go. Here, walking like a robot, but it gets far worse than that. This is what happens when, speaking of disastrous actions, so Donald Trump traveled to Afghanistan to serve Thanksgiving dinner to the service members over there. Donald Trump, after coming home, honored those service members and posted about it and said he'd do his best to start no new wars and to end the wars that America was currently in. Joe Biden decided to not just end the Afghanistan war, but to retreat and to surrender instead of ending it in a way that would honor or dignify or respect any of the loss of life over in that region of the world. 5,000 American service members who've lost their lives in that theater of war, and decided to simply retreat. And in the chaos of that retreat, many people died, including 13 American service members. We remember them today. It is Memorial Day. Remember their families. Many of them are still grieving. And some of the people who were victims of that massive bomb, terrorist bomb, that took the lives of those service members are speaking out against Joe Biden and his behavior. Here's one of them. Just an important contrast on your Memorial Day. Remember this. God bless our troops.
I was like, oh my God. And that's what I said. And the Secret Service dude just like beat red, like trying not to laugh. And I was like, and this dude, like 2 minutes later, he walks in with him and Jill Biden and their little entourage of people and like a photographer. And right away, like, remember him coming up to me, trying to shake my hand, like, try to shake my right hand. And I look at him, and I'm like, I don't have an arm. And my left arm is in this big ass cast with this giant orange foam block around it. I completely immobile. All I can do is move my head. My arm's gone. I'm like, I don't have an arm. And he says, oh, and like kind of stands up and then like goes over to reach for my fingers because about an inch of my fingers are showing, and just like grabs my fingers. Doesn't greet me or anything. Just, that's what happened. Just grab my fingers. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And, you know, almost immediately starts talking like about how their son served in the military. Doesn't say anything about what happened. Starts talking about how their son served in the military. And my mom is just like, she's furious at this point. And they're like taking pictures and stuff. And she was like, my mom said this, she was like, I don't give a f***. I don't care what you guys f***ing do. She's like, you better take care of him for the rest of his f***ing life. And like, she said that. And I'm sitting there, and he comes over to me, and he leans over me. And I have a picture of this to prove it. I'll show you this picture that I have. It's a pretty funny picture. He leans over me, and he's like this close to my face, and he's like, what do you want? And I said,
what do you want?
Yeah, he said, what do you want? I said, what? He said, what do you want? And I'm just like confused. I just got blown up. I just saw my friends die next to me. I'm like, I just want to be myself. And he's like, huh? And my mom's furious. And she's like, he said he just wants to be himself. He just wants to be him. He said he just wants to be me. And he goes, oh, okay. And they just continue to talk about everything but what just happened. And then they just ushered him out of the room. He didn't know what to say. They ushered him out of the room, and that was that. And my mom tried multiple times to get help from them, reaching out to the First Lady and try to get some legislation passed for caretakers like herself who own businesses who don't get any financial support for helping their fucking service member that just got his whole life torn apart. And she wanted to help other caretakers in the future have, you know, because there's certain amount of money that you can get as a caretaker depending on what you do, and or help, but it's a process. And so she was working through that, but she wanted to pass legislation for future caretakers to help get, you know, like, hey, if you run a business and you need to come take care of your son who, you know, served their country and just got blown up, like, you can do that and not have to worry about financial for a little bit, you know what I mean? And so she was trying to get help with that, and they just pretended to help. They kind of just brushed her off and pretended like they were connecting her with the right individuals and didn't help her at all. And so obviously because of the Congress stuff now, my mom is since, you know, going to be moving forward with some stuff with some individuals who are actually going to help, but nothing came of that. And yeah, that was 2 days after that. I'm in the I'm just in bed, and I'm telling the doctors and the nurses for a couple of days, for like 2 days. I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, I can't breathe. And a buddy of mine, a doctor who works at the hospital, he's a resident right now. He was a reserve. He was in a reserve sniper platoon, and now he's in the Army as an officer, being a trauma surgeon, to be a trauma surgeon. And as soon as it happened, he came in and he connected the Recon and Sniper Foundation guys, like got them to send out a flag and like decorate my room really nice and be there for my mom and family. So he was there as a friend.